Welcome back from the world of sports, and it's so good to have you back again in the studio of Saturday Morning Trades, reaching you live and direct from the studios of OSBC Television, Iliawiye Okebale Oshogbo. And as we are moving on today's edition of the program, I am Olubomi Ajiboye Agbola, and my partner on the program is
Babatunde Bolatito, saying good morning and a very happy weekend to everybody. We now move on the program by giving you the next item on the program, which is Governor this week. It showcases the activities of the State Chief Executive, Senator Ademola Adeleke. Happy viewing.
Osun State Governor Senator Ademola Adeleke, while hosting the proprietor, management and students of a private university, Mercy Medical University Ikirele, in his office, called on educational entrepreneurs not to rest on their oars to support the government by providing functional educational system that will serve as catalyst for national development.
I welcome you to my office. I am elated to receive you, eggheads. I value education because it is the foundation of national development. A functional educational system is compulsory for any nation to achieve its potentials. When I met education entrepreneurs, I'm always full of praise for them. Private school entrepreneurs deserve our total support. The several private schools fill a major gap. The crisis within the public sector educational system almost overwhelmed public sector leaders. The private entrepreneur came to the rescue of the nation. So we value your contribution to the national development. You are very important to the state and the national at large. I must assure you that our government is ready to partner with you. We will support your development as you make access to education easy for the public. I will urge you to connect with our Ministry of Education for details of collaboration. If you need any further support, don't hesitate to reach me.
Speaking earlier, the proprietor of the university, Dr. Abdul Fattah Adekunle, commended the governor for creating a very conducive environment for both public and private universities to operate in the state, while emphasizing that the university has an interactive relationship with the host community. Dr. Adekunle appealed to the state government to help them reconstruct the road connecting Ikirele to Iwo, Igege and other towns in Olaoluwa local government area of the state.
As a road that connects Iwo in Iwo local government, the new stadium road, we call it stadium road, that is to Ikirele. There, that road is for the Igege. Igege is another community, very big community. Ogbaga, it's not a very big community. Iwara is not a very big community, and Ikirele is also a very big community. This community, they are one, they use agriculture and have that population. His Excellency, this road was about 10 kilometers.
In another development, the governor hosted leadership of Fulani Boro groups in the state. The group was led by the Seriki Fulani of Osun State, Alhaji Ibrahim Babatunde, who was represented by the Seriki Fulani of Ikire Land, Alhaji Usman Woleniseoluwa. Senator Adeleke said the visit by the Fulanis was very significant, saying that Nigeria remains a united nation despite the tribal differences. He said all the regions in Nigeria are closely linked together through businesses, intermarriages, religion and other factors. While noting that no federation all over the world is perfect, Governor Adeleke called on Nigerians to honestly address whatever grievances and complaints they have against one another through dialogue.
I'm happy to meet you all leaders of Fulani Group in Osun State. Nigeria is a nation united in diversity. We are one despite our tribal differences. Whatever differences we have, we must remember what unites us and what divides us. The North and South have long history from pre-independent era to date. We have come a long way between East and West. We have varied experience. Overall, we have one thing in common: unity in diversity.
He said the state government is going to set up a committee that will see to Fulani host community relationship with a view to maintaining cordiality among residents of the state. Earlier, the Fulani group have commended the governor for appointing a special advisor on nomadic affairs and called on the state government to kindly revitalize nomadic education. Among other things, the Fulani group called for considerations in political and career appointments while pledging that their youth will constitute a vigilance group to support the existing security architecture in the state. Secretary to Osun State Government, Alhaji Teslim Igbalaye, while addressing newsmen in the governor's office, said all properties of Osun State Government illegally carted away by the officials of the immediate past APC administration will be retrieved by the state government. The SSG said apart from some of the cabinet members of the past administration, several political appointees of the government equally went away with assets including government vehicles without such being captured in the express provisions of due process, saying such vehicles must be returned to the state with immediate effect. Alhaji Igbalaye emphasized that the state government is strictly following due process in the retrieval of those items illegally converted by those politicians. He explained that some of the APC government appointees hid under the approval granted by former Governor Adegboyega Oyetola to some appointees for the release and ownership of official vehicles allocated to them to perpetrate the evil acts. He therefore reiterated that the state government is not out to witch hunt anybody, but on an exercise to retrieve government assets with a view to sending strong warnings to other politicians in future. While fielding questions from journalists, the SSG noted that the exercise to retrieve the stolen vehicles and other assets will be transparent, as the committee in charge will give fair hearing and right of reply to persons affected.
Any property illegally carted away has to be recovered. We are not after the amount or the cost. That's not. But just for us to follow the due process, so that all those things we have to serve as a deterrent to other administrations that is coming on board in the future.
Representatives of the market, women, babalodgers, artisans, religious bodies, students, people with special needs, and the civil societies were at the meetings where deliberations were made concerning the distribution of the leftover of 3,000 bags of maize brought to the states by the federal government to serve as palliative against the fuel subsidy removal. Speaking at the meeting, Governor Ademola Adeleke appreciated residents of Osun State for their strong belief in his administration. Governor Adeleke, who spoke through his special advisor on regional integration, Dr. Khalid Adekilekon, explained that the state government, through some stakeholders, have ensured equitable distribution of food palliative, including maize and rice, to the vulnerables, noting that another set of 3,000 bags of maize are set for distribution. The governor explained that all pressure groups, religious bodies, and civil societies will be entrusted with the distribution.
We have come together to call our people so that the 3,000 bags of maize will be shared accordingly, proportionally, whether you are from the PDP, whether you are APC, whether you are APGA or whatever. So everybody is entitled to partake in the sharing, their beneficiaries.
In their separate responses, representatives of the Market Women, Christian Association, and the non-indigenous lauded Governor Ademola Adeleke for exemplifying transparency in the distribution of the palliatives. They enjoyed the governor not to be distracted by the opposition, but continue to effect the welfare of the people.
We've been in Osun, like presently, like my very self, I've been here for a very long time, starting from the second time of Oyelola administration till now. I've been in Osun State. But I can tell you that we've never had it like this. This is the best administration I've seen in Osun.
In the meantime, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Special Duties and Regional Integration, Mr. Mudashiru Oyedeji, has implored the stakeholders to ensure prompt distribution of the palliatives.
Yes, we are glad to have you back from the report on the from the office of the governor, packaged by our reporters. And now we are moving on to some other segments of the program, such as first guest platform, as we will be treating the topic Declaration of Yoruba Nation. A lawyer a legal practitioner is going to do justice to that. While on the second guest platform we have Naira rebounds and inflation. We have a financial expert to take that. Sunday, do we have any other thing?
Be that as it may, we would be expecting to have in the house the guest on the first guest platform, Mr. Kayode Adebisi, a legal practitioner of note, who will be doing justice to the topic Declaration of Yoruba Nation. It was in the news just last week when some people allegedly attacked the Oyo State Government Secretariat and the State House of Assembly, threatening to hoist the Yoruba Nation, the alleged Yoruba Nation's flag there. And all the activities surrounding their arrest, among others, will be expounded when our guest arrives in the studio. That is the first guest platform, and it is going to take place any moment now. Let's take a brief musical break before we go on the program.